Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you here today with an article from Red State dated January 5th, 2024. And this is kind of was like, one of those things that's like, yeah, I could have seen this coming. And it's just delicious to see. It says, internal battle breaks out between Karine Jean-Pierre and John Kirby, who are the two folks right here, of course. It says, who speaks for Joe Biden? That's the question being fought over inside the White House, according to a new report. Current White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre is apparently not a big fan of John Kirby, who heads up communications for the National Security Council, approaching on her territory. Since the outset of the ongoing Israel or Hamas-Israel war following October 7th, Kirby has taken a more prominent role, often sharing the podium and making statements that directly counter the far left. Yeah, and he's flat out said stuff like specifically the people that are just like Israel, all the typical talking points that you see about Israel, like apartheid, oppression, genocide, and he's the one that's been like, yeah, that none of that's happening. So shut your mouths. Says they share a podium and a mutual frustration. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre and the National Security Council's John Kirby frequently split the podium at media briefings, but behind the scenes, their relationship is fraught with tension. White House sources tell Axios. Axios is, yeah, they're definitely very much on the left. Well, I guess if they're on the left and they're reporting this, probably some ring of truth to it. To zoom in, says some of the tension stems from how much time each gets at the podium each day. Says Kirby, a Biden favorite who has become the public face of the administration's response to the Israel-Hamas war, has told people he'd like to be White House press secretary one day. As Jean-Pierre has told people she plans to stay in the job through the election and beyond if Biden wants her, and that he has asked her not to leave. Well, she should because she's just awful at the job. He's definitely much better at it. Because the first thing that stands out to me is why anyone would want the job of being Biden's press secretary, much less putting in the effort to fight over it. Still, it's surprising to see that these leaks are happening and none of this is by accident. So Jean Pierre has been an absolute disaster as press secretary. That's being very kind, and that's an insult to absolute disasters. Says her inability to handle questions and her penchant for making blatant mistakes while relying on reading verbatim from a pre-crafted binder has earned her a reputation as one of the current president's worst hires. Could be for whatever flaws he has, and I'm not a fan of the guy necessarily, but there are times where he does come out and actually say the truth. He's a much better spokesperson, so I would think that's not sitting well with Jean Pierre, who is almost certainly out of a job if Biden wins re-election and should have been fired long ago. Yes, she's just not. She has her job. Uh, Basically, she's a diversity hire, and then before people in the comments are like, "Oh my God, how dare you say?" No, it's actually true. Like that's why she has the job. She's a DEI hire. It's simple as that. There's a reason why she's not good at it. Um, so says before she became press secretary, Jean Pierre didn't deal with many tough stories in the press and wasn't as experienced as Kirby or Saki in combative briefing environments. And see, well, there's kind of that's what I mean there. She didn't deal with it. The Jean Pierre's defenders say the arrangement undermined her from the beginning and made a difficult job harder. Some black Democrats in the administration on Capitol Hill say the situation was insulting because it suggested that the first black press secretary to represent the president needed supervision. See, now they're trying to make this all about race. How about it doesn't have anything about race and the fact that she's just not good at what she does? I mean, that is a possibility, folks. If she wasn't experienced, then why did he give her the job? Again, DEI. Says, doesn't that just highlight the fact that she was obviously promoted because she checked the right intersectional boxes? Bingo. And as for the complaints that the arrangement with Kirby suggests Jean-Pierre needs supervision, well, yeah, she absolutely needs supervision given how terrible she's proven to be at her job. Says, all this infighting isn't going to get better. As Biden continues to slip in the eyes of the public, and as bad as things are, they can always get worse, we are going to see more and more of these kinds of stories. The current administration is in chaos, led by a rudderless, senile man who has no ability to bring order to his own house, and it's not like his vice president is much better. This Kirby is part of a more moderate, old guard Washington, and when that clashes with the far left that mostly staffs Biden's White House, things are going to get messy. If you thought the mutiny over Israel was bad, just wait until we get closer to the election. Accidental right click there. So yeah, I mean, this is just again delicious stuff. Seeing the administration kind of infighting, and get the person who doesn't know how to do their job out of there. Maybe there'd be some more effective messaging. I mean, she clearly is over her head. I mean, that's why I have so many of my little clip videos of her just saying stupid crap is because she doesn't know what she's doing. Okay, so anyway, I just thought this would be fun to go over and say they're fighting. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.